Biden versus Trump.
Yes,
we know that.
It is. It is.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, love that.
Right? And
good.
You know, it's kind of like one is old and effective and compassionate, has a heart, and really cares about people.
I mean, we know.
And one is old and has been charged with 91 felonies.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Charged or convicted?
Does she know what Joe Biden has done?
I don't understand why this is even a hard choice. Really.
No, we don't either.
She in cahoots with him.
We have to go through the election.
You should be in jail.
People will realize what's at stake because
What was on that
it's
laptop?
an existential.
We'd love to know.
What kind of country we're going to have, what kind of democracy we're going to have. And people who blow that off are not paying attention because it's not like Trump, his enablers, his empowerers, his allies are not telling us what they want to do. I mean, they're pretty clear about what kind of country they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Get out there and vote.
Yes. Now, these people who are on the fence, what are you thinking? This is what Hillary's trying to say to people. What are you thinking? There is no choice here. You have a man, Joe Biden is a good person.
You're completely right.
He understands
Just wrong about the person.
grief. He's lost a child. He's lost 2 children. He lost a wife. He's compassionate. He feels for...
Trump lost
So I should vote for him because that
That stupid old man.
That's what I'm saying.
Trump
so we
lost
going because he's compassionate. We're supposed to vote with for him.
He's a nice
I
guy.
don't want my kids to go to
It's
school
like
in a
this, it's like this,
racial
y'all.
jungle.
It's like this, y'all.
for him.
Hold on, it's like this. Would you rather play for a football coach who's a nice guy and y'all lose every damn game, or a mean coach and y'all win every game?
I need a coach that's gonna get on my ass and get me to that shit.
All right, then. You know who should be the president? David Goggins. Boy, these people in America will be. You know what you need to do? Stop being soft.
I need an asshole coach to give me that ring on my finger.
Hey, y'all. This is hilarious.
So they just want us to be soft.
These people who are on the fence, what are you thinking? This is what Hillary's trying to say to people. What are you thinking? There is no choice here. You have a man, Joe Biden is a good person. He understands grief. He's
People
lost a
forget about the
child. He's
laptop.
lost 2 children. He lost a wife. He's compassionate. He feels for Americans. This guy, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but I think what Hillary...
They said they're compassionate about Americans and they're letting illegals take American jobs.
Oh, let's see this. What's Stephen A. got to say?
On CNN too.
Stephen, great to have you on set. So what do you make of that? Get over it?
I don't think it was a very wise statement on her part. How did that work out for her in 2016? I think that's something that we have to recognize. Yes, she won the popular vote, but at the end of the day, she wasn't the president of the United States. It was him. You can look at her not campaigning in Wisconsin in the last days, not campaigning in Pennsylvania in the last days. You can look at some of the stuff that they were saying about her that sort of distracted things from where it should have been in terms of Comey and his report from the FBI. You can bring up a whole bunch of things, but at the end of the day, the last thing you need to do is to do anything that could agitate a potential voter in this particular election.
What do you make about the actual argument that she's making? I mean, she's basically saying 2 old people, yes, but they're substantively different. I mean, Trump has 91 counts against him.
Well,
and
listen,
if you're
nobody's brought that up more than me. 4 indictments, 91 counts, impeached twice. I'm not voting for him. I've said that to a lot of people. I've said that to you. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that at some point in time, you got to take into account what the voters thinking about. The voters, a lot of them out there, tens of millions of them out there, by the way, don't care what he's going through right now. They don't care about his guilt or innocence, his perceived guilt or innocence. They don't care about the 91 counts. They're thinking about their lives. And a lot of times we see politicians taking the positions that they're taking, and while we can respect their candor and their honesty, they do seem a bit detached at times from what the voters are actually feeling and what the voters are actually thinking. Nobody wants to hear that from Hillary Rodham Clinton at this particular moment in time.
Nobody wants to hear nothing from her.
Joe Biden. What are you really worried about right now? You're worried about folks coming to the polls. You're worried about them showing up to the polls to vote for you. You're not worried even about them voting for Trump. You're worried about them not showing up to vote for you. That doesn't exactly encourage them to get up out of their seats and go to the polls.
Even though I think he's going to vote Trump.
Yeah, he's voting Trump, bro. How he been acting lately?
Lately, he sounds like
I'm not going to vote for Trump. You lying. You lying on TV.
Man, he was not trying to get kicked off ESPN, man.
I've never seen a black person on ESPN say that they're voting for Trump.
I'll be the first. Let me get on there. Let me get a guest appearance. I'm voting for Donald Trump.
You remember whenever, Stephen A was keeping it real one time, and you remember Ocho Cinco was like, I feel like Max blacker than you. Because Max is a super
that
liberal.
Was Terrell Owens.
Yeah, he said, now wait a minute, brother. Now wait a minute, my brother. Now this is now you're supposed to lie, my brother. He was hot.
They try to pull his card.
You gonna see a nigga now.
But Joe Biden's a compassionate president. I don't think Joe Biden can really like have. I know he has feelings.
He's not
but
compassionate.
the way he's acting right now, He's almost at a point where he might not know Hunter Biden no more, y'all.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, like that's what point we at, y'all. So it's like it's not even a discussion. Yeah, Hillary, you're right. It's not a discussion. And we're talking about the same president that said put them predators away. He's compassionate.
Gas is $3.
The same president. People are saying that he has a whole bunch of lives on his hands in the Middle East.
Sending trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to Ukraine.
The same president that got people dying in Ukraine.
Same president allowing fentanyl to get across the border.
Allowing them illegals to pollute our streets in the blood of our
So
country.
you're right. It's not a question, Hillary.
The same president.
If you look at policies.
Same president that's trying to destroy American businesses and American
But even
homes.
if we look at feelings.
Winning their respective primaries in 4 states yesterday: Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, and Wisconsin. However, the uncommitted push continues to plague the Biden campaign. Uninstructed, getting more than 8% of the vote in Wisconsin. In Connecticut, uncommitted, tallied a total of 11% of the vote. It's an apparent protest vote in opposition to Biden's response to the Israel-Hamas war.
They're not liking
Based on Michigan and Wisconsin results, we know that the protest vote, the sort of ceasefire kind of votes in Michigan, were more than the margin of victory that Joe Biden won Michigan in 2020. So this is very real. And I think that you have a right. I believe a protest vote is part of democracy. I think that it's a good way to make your voice heard. But I would say to these folks, and these are Democrats, I'm a Republican, take it or leave it. But as an Arab American, you really think that Donald Trump would handle Gaza better than Joe Biden? If he thought it was politically advantageous, he would level Gaza without a second thought. And I think, unfortunately, we live in a binary world. I'm conflicted right now because I didn't like either option. But you have
to. She said, do you think Trump would handle the Gaza situation better if he thought it was politically advantageous? So good for him politically, he would level it as well, is what she said.
So how was it good for Joe Biden politically?
Because it gains favor with Israel. And we get American influence in Israel is what the narrative that they push to justify that.
But is that, but I mean, I know she ain't say it was compassionate, but that contradicts what
Joe Biden has said he's a Zionist. He supports it. He supports the actions.
I'm a Republican, take it or leave it. But as an Arab American, you really think that Donald Trump would handle Gaza better than Joe Biden? If he thought it was politically advantageous, he would level Gaza without a second thought. And I think, unfortunately, we live in a binary world. I'm conflicted right now because I didn't like either options. But you have to think, what are the long-term repercussions for what matters most to you? And I think it would be a mistake for these folks to sit it out because it's not in their interest.
Well, people need to understand he negotiated the Abraham Accords and he moved the United States Embassy to Jerusalem. So he is the most pro-Israel president running right now.
Hell no, he's not.
So these people on the left who are protesting that, they should at least know that, which is what you're saying, and I'm just reiterating it.
And actually, just want to correct, it's approaching Biden's margin of victory in Michigan.
Yes.
It's 100,000 votes.
These people who are on the fence.
They are
I thought she said pro-Israel, though.
The
Didn't
thing
she
is,
say that?
though, that
She's talking about Joe Biden or Trump right
I
there?
said Trump is a lot of people that Trump put the U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. He did do that. He did, which is like the Holy Land.
I understand.
But that was in both of our best interests if we're going to be working together.
But putting the embassy in the country, that doesn't mean you agree with every decision they make. And that was 4 years ago.
Trump came out and said that this shit is wrong. He said it on Truth Social.
And that doesn't make sense.
Joe Biden has come out and say, I am a Zionist. How can you not be in favor of Zionism? He's the most pro-Israel president we've ever had in
what they're
American
trying to do is
history.
they're trying to flip the script.
They're trying to flip the narrative.
Palestinian people are very upset, and more Palestinian people are Democrat. So they're trying to get their vote back because a lot of people are not supporting what he did. So a lot of people, you see what I'm saying? So now they're trying to say that they're trying to flip the script and say like Trump would do the same thing Biden would do. So y'all need to come back over here and vote.
Shoulda,
for Joe
coulda,
Biden.
woulda. Yeah.
It's over.
And they're saying the fact that he put an embassy there 4 years ago, that doesn't have nothing to do
on these Palestine stuff.
He's lying, bro.
And I think it would be a mistake for these folks to sit it out because it's not in their interest.
Well, people need to understand he negotiated the Abraham Accords and he moved the United States Embassy to Jerusalem. So he is the most pro-Israel president running right now, more than Biden. So these people on the left who are protesting that, they should at least know that, which is what you're saying, and I'm just reiterating it.
And actually, just want to correct, it's approaching Biden's margin of victory in Michigan. It's 100,000 votes.
Now, these people who are on the fence, what are you thinking? This is what Hillary's trying to say to people. What are you thinking? There is no choice here. You have a man, Joe Biden is a good person. He understands grief. He's lost a child. He's lost 2 children. He lost a wife. He's compassionate. He feels for Americans. This guy, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but I think what Hillary Clinton, it is really nice to watch Hillary Clinton not hold back. And for this reason, we are seeing more of actual Hillary Clinton since she stopped running and actively participating as a candidate.
So vote for her ass then.
She's literally saying, obviously, like, it's a privilege to have more parties. I, as an independent, really wish we had more parties in general, not this election. So I get what she's saying, but at this point, it is get over yourself. It's a bipartisan system. You cannot change it.
I don't think that's going to work in Michigan with really, really angry voters. And I'm on the other side of.
I can't wait to watch the first View episode when Trump wins.
I can't.
We should wait and get live and be waiting for it to come on. We can go live and we can watch it live with y'all. And it's gonna be. We're gonna throw a big party and they're gonna be on there crying and it's gonna be hilarious.
You know we need to play? We need to play James Brown playback and be in there. Playback. We're gonna be
Democrats' policies are so bad that they have to get people from other countries to flood our country to vote for them.
Or say you're not black if you don't do it.
Like, let's really think about that now.
You know what's crazy?
Try to guilt you and do it.
I've been seeing a lot of people, especially in Chicago, all them old drill rappers and stuff that like kind of trying to change their beliefs and systems. A lot of them have been leaning conservative lately.
A lot of people waking up.
Like Tay Savage.
It's now woke. I say it's woke now to be a Republican as a black person.
Have y'all ever? Like,
that's going against the grain.
Have y'all ever something just clicked in your brain and just clicks? It just like.
I'm tired of being pandered to. I'm tired of everything being a race issue. I'm tired of being told that anybody who's not white is a victim. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of it all.
Really?
I'm sick of all of the bullshit. And so is everyone else. It's time to wake up, guys.
I'm sorry.
It's time to wake up,
it's
America.
At this point, after Easter, if you support the Democrat Party, you support the devil.
Okay, no, we're not gonna say.
I'm saying that, brother.
No, they don't. No.
Well, they just put the satanic.
People don't know what they're doing. Black people think I'm helping black people. They don't know no better.
Well, once I tell them all these things, like when I
all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Even be like, my mama still might vote left
because they think it's ingrained in their brain. If you broke right, you're racist. That's what they think.
She can even tell me. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Lyndon B. Johnson. He is obviously, y'all know how we feel about him. But he did his thing. What he said what he was going to do.
It didn't happen.
Damn it, he did it.
That was like 1970. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It happened. I ain't in the statistic. We ain't in the statistic. He said 200 years.
Well, how many years we in?
It ain't even been probably 60 or 50.
It's 50. He 1/4 of the way there.
And he went a long time. But we going to wake him up, though, goddamn. Yeah. We going to save America, guys. We see this bullshit they're trying to do, guys.
Save America.
Can't fold.
Go on America
Can't
first.
fold. Save America.
Don't fold on America.
Trump 2024.
Don't fold on Jesus.
Save America.